Namaste. Namaste. My name is Uma Dinsmore-Tuli. This is the River Pera in the Gravito Healing Retreat, and I'm here to talk about the great tide of interest, the great current of interest in Yoga Nidra. And it's a little bit like this river. It's been raining a lot here. I just got out of the river, it's very wet. And what's happened is that the current in this river is so strong that when I swim up in that waterfall, it just carries me right on through, all the way downstream. And I feel, as I watch what's happening with the interest in Yoga Nidra around the world at this time, that the current is very strong. So it's like this river, it could really carry you through. I see increasing numbers of people getting very excited and inspired about Yoga Nidra and discovering it for the first time. So I see that now really is the time for Yoga Nidra. It's immensely important as a practice. As a practice, it's deeply nourishing, and it literally means the sleep of yoga, the sleep which is yoga, the sleep of awakening, the sleep of the awakened dream. It's a practice of yoga where you don't move, but you travel quite widely in other realms, in different states of consciousness. It's not exactly, in fact, a practice at all. It's a state of consciousness and a liminal place. And what I observe, I've been practicing Yoga Nidra in its formal sense, in a formal practice, for the past more than 20 years. And I've been training teachers together with my husband, Nidra. We founded the Yoga Nidra Network, and we celebrate all aspects of Yoga Nidra, and we're really pleased that there's so much interest. And as people who've been doing it for a long time, I really feel it's important to note that's what's happening as the current gets stronger and as the tide really becomes more powerful, and the river is fuller. Basically, there are more than ever people sharing Yoga Nidra, people teaching Yoga Nidra, people practicing Yoga Nidra, more Yoga Nidra recordings, more Yoga Nidra teacher training courses, more Yoga Nidra retreats, more interface between Yoga Nidra and dreaming and meditation and healing and all these things. There's simply more, and that is great. So I'm just here to celebrate that and to encourage a recognition that Yoga Nidra really is it. Like, why is there so much more? Why? Because we really need Yoga Nidra. People are finding it increasingly difficult to sleep. People are finding it really challenging sometimes to manage the pace of life. It's something that helps us regulate and settle. It's also a meditative practice. And yeah, I'm just here to, as a bit of an old timer. So I've been at it 20 years, and there are many people who've been around doing this practice for a lot longer than I have. I encountered Yoga Nidra Shakti, which is the power, the active ingredient of Yoga Nidra as a child, and recognized what it was when I found the formal way of doing Nidra. And really, I just wanted to put out the message that now is really the time for Yoga Nidra. The more Yoga Nidra there is, the better. And there is no right way to do this. I'm just encouraging people to find the teacher, the practice, the means that suits them at their point in life, and that may change. So there are so many different forms of Yoga Nidra. There isn't simply one form. There's many different methods to arrive at this state of consciousness. And yeah, so all of you who are out there sharing Yoga Nidra and training teachers and encouraging wider practice of this phenomenal technique that leads to this state of consciousness, I celebrate and honor you all, and I really celebrate this full river. It's this full river. It inspired me to make this message to you this morning when I swam in the river and was carried all the way downstream. So yeah, we have a beautiful line on our postcards and publicity that was gifted to us by Ben Wolf, who is a great practitioner of Yoga Nidra, and he simply said, Yoga Nidra is it, and the time is now. Thank God, it's a really valuable and important practice to be sharing.